indelible. Lambeau Field is the site for this showdown between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Green Bay Packers.
Hello, friends. Jim Nantz and Phil Simms getting set for the call. The playoff chase is on. It's late in the year, and every single game is crucial. How about the scene we have before us, Phil?
Well, you said it right. Crucial. This is a must-win. You can feel the excitement from the fans. They know it's crucial, and you've got to be sharp in situations like this. Don't be thinking about the playoffs. Think about playing well today. Make each play count, and if you do that, it's going to give you a great chance of winning.
That'll be a touchback, and the ball will be placed at the 20. Here comes a Super Bowl MVP quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There's no throw on the field that Aaron Rodgers can't make. The short throws, accurate. He can be powerful when he wants to, but those deep, long play-action passes down the field, he might be the best at that.
The Eagles defense now loading up, expecting pass with a dime defense. 1st and 10, I formation, and a running play. And with that, let's look at the Packers offense. One of the best in the NFL when it comes to imagination and execution. Ranking right near the top game. After being stopped at the line of scrimmage, it's now 2nd down and 10. He's going to be tackled right around the 24-yard line. Here's a look at the defensive starters and a good look at the secondary, a group that could be the difference in this game today. They come to the line on 3rd down. They did an excellent job of executing in these spots last week. Completion this time.
Nice job that time by the defense, knowing the situation. Go ahead and let the quarterback complete the pass. Just make sure you come up and make the tackle before the 1st down. Good job. 4th down coming up.
Nice tackle. Foles is heading out now. He'll, of course, be leading this offense today.
Nick Foles got great experience for the Eagles last year. At the end of the season, they were a bad football team, but now they're better, more organized, and we'll see if Nick Foles can lead them to some victories.
First down, offense readying for the snap. Play fake here. He'll fire it out to the left. Sticks to his hands. Here's our look at the Eagles offense. Last week, the rushing totals were just okay, over 100 yards. This starting lineup is brought to you by Snickers. Hungry for victory? Snickers satisfies. Foles takes a look now from under center. It's a 2nd and 9, and Jennings going to take the handoff now. And now here's the Packers defense. They have not stopped the run all season long. When you can't stop the run, you can't win. It'll be 3rd down. Foles will take it from the gun. Edelman, a gain of 14.
In this league now, you got to keep these wide receivers and quarterbacks guessing. You just can't come out there and play man-to-man every play and think that's going to work. You got to mix in some zones, some blitzes, and then occasionally go man-to-man coverage.
Jackson's going to get set in the slot for this snap. Halfway through this first quarter now. Going to be a tackle for a loss.
Good job by the defense. They stopped the offense that time on first down. Now the defense is in a good situation.
Second down. Another handoff. He's going to be swallowed up behind the line.
Well, this defense all over that play. They tackled the runner for a loss. Now we're going to have third long. Advantage goes to the defense.
The Packers with a nickel look here on defense. Play clock's running down. He fires it in there tight. He's brought down. That's going to bring up fourth down.
This defense you're playing against, they're pretty good. So it's fourth down near midfield. Punt the football.
Donnie Jones now ready to punt. And touchback. Johnson's lined up in the slot. First and 10. They hand it behind the line.
Got to give the defense some credit on first down. There's so many things the offense can do. They were ready for that play, and they stopped it.
Second down after going to the ground game the first play. Drop back, shotgun formation. Waits for an opening to unfold, and it's knocked down, incomplete.
Good job by the cornerback reading the wide receiver. He is all over him, and it makes it easy for him to swat down the throw by the QB.
Dorsey's lined up now as a slot receiver. 3rd and 12. Stands in the pocket. That pass was hurried.
Defensive coordinators love this situation, don't they? 3rd and long, they can do just about anything, and it's going to work, and they stop the offense that time.
They're set to punt it away now. Jackson's going to try and return this punt. And Jennings lined up behind his quarterback as the single back. Now they'll try over again on second down. Handoff. Slashing to the right side. Gains 20.
What a nice run by the running back. Picks up big yards, and he did everything that time. He picked the proper hole, gets through it, and shows that speed to get the long gain.
$15 minutes down, 45 minutes to go. And you're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Eagles with a huge gainer right before the break, and now coming back to the line to start the second. Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that last play. And the second quarter is underway with this snap.
Well, that was a nice run that time off tackle. And listen, this is a bread and butter play in the NFL. It's about power running. Can your offensive tackle make the block to free up that running back so he has a chance to get that secondary and make a nice run out of it?
Second down following the run. They feed him the ball again. He's got a little bit of daylight here. Eagles in the end zone.
You got to have good vision to be a good running back in the NFL, and that vision means following the right guys. The running back does it, leads to a touchdown run.
Extra point was good. Eagles getting set for the kickoff. Gets out past the 20 and brought down at the 24. First down as they head to the line. What a spectacular reception. And what a catch that time, partner.
Nothing surprises it anymore. These guys are so talented. You're right. Spectacular catch.
Aaron Rodgers will be under center. Second down, 3 for the first. Makes the grab and keeps the ball moving down the field. That's a first down catch.
Well, if you want to be a good play-action pass team, it's always nice to have a good running game. Make the defense dig in and try to stop your run. When they do that, you fool them. You fake it, you throw it down the field. That's about as easy as it gets.
That reception gave them the first down. Tight ends in motion here. They give it to the running back, and they bring him down at the 38-yard line. After being stuffed at the line of scrimmage, it's now second down and 10 as they go ground here.
Well, they call you an outside linebacker for a reason. That means you play outside and you stop the wide runs by the offense, and he did it that time. Good job. Makes the tackle.
The defense looking for one more stop here on third down after that run. Rodgers from the shotgun. Scanning the field, and the quarterback is taken down.
That time I give all the credit on that sack. I got to give it to the secondary. It is truly a coverage sack. Nowhere to throw the football, so the quarterback keeps holding on to it, and look what happens. The defense gets there.
Jackson's going to try and return this punt, and he's tackled at the 32-yard line. The Packers defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. First and 10. Foles sells the play fake and looks downfield. The Eagles get a first down.
That time it was an easy completion for the quarterback on the play action pass, and it fools the defense because look how aggressive the offensive line is. They sold the play to the defense, and the quarterback took advantage.
Macklin's a receiver in the slot. First and 10. He's looking to the right here on this throw.
Not a good job that time by the quarterback. When you see the cover 2 defense, you've got to know where to throw the football. He did not, and that's why the ball goes incomplete.
Foles takes a look now from under center. Second down and 10. Browns got it on the handoff. And they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.
The off-tackle run, it's just what it says it is. You're going to read the tackle's block and decide whether you're going to go inside or outside. Usually, this is the first running play every team puts in their offense when they go to training camp.
Selleck's flying out of position in the backfield here. Tosses it to the running back. And he's going to be tackled, and that's going to bring us to fourth down. Donnie Jones now ready to punt. We reach the 2-minute warning here in the second quarter. Dorsey's in the slot. Aaron Rodgers going to take it from the shotgun. Gains 16. Offense lines up here. First and 10. Looks around. And it's incomplete.
Well, for some reason, this quarterback likes to keep trying to go deep down the field against this cover 2. That's not the spot you want to go. You want to look underneath or right down the middle.
Jones going to get set in the slot for this snap. Second down and 10. Throws to the right. Did not get both feet down.
The defense got away with one that time. It wasn't a good play in their part. It was just bad timing by the quarterback and receiver.
Aaron Rodgers back off the line, shotgun formation. Quarterback taking the snap from the shotgun. He had it, but the hit jars the ball loose.
That's interesting as you watch the receiver trying to make that catch. He knew the defender was close, so he didn't put all of his heart into it. The defender made a nice hit and knocks the football out to the ground.
Jackson's going to try and return this punt. Two tight ends. First down and 10. The throw to the left makes the grab.
Well, there's not much to say about that play, Jim. It was a completion by the quarterback, and it picked up a couple yards.
Second down here. Nick Foles from the shotgun. Escaping the pressure. And it's out of bounds, incomplete. Selig's usually a tight end, but he's in the backfield this time. Caught. He's going to be brought down, and that's going to be a 3 and out for this offense. Donnie Jones now ready to punt. Cobb with a chance to return this one. Dorsey's lined up in the slot. Now 1st and 10. Looking for an open receiver on the right. Incomplete.
Anytime your receiver running any route to the inside of the NFL, they're worried about getting hit. Don't lead them too far in a slant route. Just throw it right at them.
Quarters formation here for the defense. 2nd down and 10. Into the open flat, and he hauls it in. He's in the clear. 39 yards this time. We're back, and the offense is ready to roll after the timeout. Here's the first snap after the big play. Rodgers from the shotgun. Eyeing that left side. Almost intercepted that time. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. They'll go shotgun here. He'll fire it out to the left. Almost intercepted.
It's always dangerous when your receiver's running the drag route and you throw it too far in front of him. You most likely are just going to lead him into trouble.
Following that incompletion, it sets up 3rd and 10. Scans the field. They're going to get him here for a sack.
7-yard loss on the play.
The Packers with no timeouts left and lining up for a 44-yard field goal.
Good hold, good kick, 3 points. Good job by the offense.
Packers now ready to kick the football down the field. He had nowhere to go, and they deck him at the 16-yard line. This will be the last play before halftime. Quarterback tosses it to the outside. Muscles through the defender. And that wraps up the first half here at the home of the Cheeseheads. We'll take a quick break at halftime and return shortly for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Eagles are prepared to return the kickoff. Smartly takes the knee in the end zone. Wide receivers are bunched up. The third quarter begins with this play. It's intercepted. And he's brought to the ground.
Nice job of the defense that time. In position, they read the quarterback's eyes, and it led to an interception.
They face first down. Play action. Challenging the defenders to the right side. Caught it, but he's out of bounds.
I don't know what was more terrible. That was a terrible route. Terrible throw by the quarterback. Oh, and what a shot. It's incomplete.
Finley's a tight end, but now shifted into the backfield. Second down and 10. The give to the running back. Gains 5.
When you run the football like this and you show toughness, there is no doubt when you fake it and try to throw the football down the field, the quarterback's going to have all day to get it done.
Johnson's lined up now as a slot receiver. 3rd and 5. There's the tackle, but still, it's enough for the first down.
You play this cover 3 defense, just kind of sit back there and try not to give up the big play. That is great. The problem is you give up all these short plays. How about that throw by the quarterback on that slant pattern that time?
The offense is set at the line for the first down after that completion. To the ground here, and he's brought down by Connor Barwin.
The outside linebacker that time just did his job very well and gets in there and makes the tackle for very little gain.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive. Here it's a 2nd and 10. Looking to the right side and throwing. And he's almost intercepted. A lot of athleticism on display right there. 2 battling for the football and no one able to come away with it.
Well, you said it right. 2 tremendous athletes, but a good job by the defense that time. They won out.
3rd down here. Offense trying to pick up the first. Setting up a little screen. He makes the catch. A tackle that had to be made, and that'll set up 4th down.
Good job by the defense. They're well taught, well schooled by the defensive coordinator. They know in situations like this, if it's thrown short of the first down marker, they're good. They come up, make the tackle. Now we have 4th down.
And converts on the field.
Way to come out there on the field as a defense. The offense has great field position. You've got to give them something different. The defense did. They stopped them, and they gave up the field goal.
Touchback. First down here. Browns handed the football.
Nice job that time by the defense. They were ready for the run. Nowhere for the running back to go, and they stopped him for a short gain.
After the 2-yard carry, it sets up 2nd down and 8. Browns taking the handoff. Trying to find an opening to the right. On the way, 3rd down. Snap back to the quarterback, out of the gun, working that left side. Edelman, that's a good tackle, and that's a quick 3 and out.
Good job by the defense, staying in the right spots. They give up the short pass, they make the tackle, and now we have 4th down coming up.
Signals, fair catch. First down coming up. The quarterback will hand it off, and that'll be a gain of about 2.
Gain of 2.
Jones, a receiver in the slot. 2nd and 8. Screenplay is on. Secures it with 2 hands.
Loss of 3.
Not much the offense can do in a situation like this. 3rd and long, what you probably will have to do is either surprise them with a run or throw it short and hope somebody can make a play and pick up a first down.
Finley's a tight end, but lined up in the backfield for this play. From the gun. He's looking to the right here on this throw. So a 3 and out.
Jim, when you get in these situations, there's not much you can do. 3rd and long, not easy to pick up first downs in these type of situations.
Here's the punt by Mastay. Jackson's going to try and return this punt. They pounce on him there.
11-yard gain on the play.
Offense lines up here. 1st and 10. Brown's going to secure the handoff. Tackles made.
Well, the defense, they give up a first down there. They're behind. They just can't sit back there and keep bending. You got to take some chances. Go on the offensive, on the defensive side, and just make things happen.
Foles takes a look now from under center. Tight end in motion. They better hurry to get the snap. Back to the ground now on 1st down.
Always good to have these types of runs. Yeah, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense.
End of 3 here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We'll be back momentarily for the start of the 4th quarter. That leads us to 2nd down. He'll take the snap, the first here in the 4th quarter. Incomplete.
Your defensive back in the NFL now, you got to be alert for the deep passes down the field, because not only do you got to play it well, you got to make sure you don't have pass interference.
Now looking at 3rd down. Brown's going to take the handoff now. He's got room.
What a job by the offensive line that time. This running back hit the hole at full speed, and the defense had very little time to react. And that's how he got in the secondary, made a couple guys miss, and gets down there and gets a long run.
Jackson's in the slot. 1st and 10. Ball is snapped, and the quarterback tosses it to the outside.
Jim, the offensive coordinator, has done a terrific job so far here today. He's got his team winning. They're in the red zone. Let's see how clever he's going to be on this call.
Foles takes a look now from under center. The play clock's running down. Pass play, picks up a first down. Oh, we've got an injured player on the field.
Well, that's going to hurt him tomorrow. There's no doubt about it. When you get hit like that, you're going to feel some of that pain tomorrow. But the good news is, once he gets a little situated there, I think he'll be back in the game.
Throws to the right. Brent, touchdown. The Eagles with an extra point try on the way. He made it. Eagles getting set for the kickoff. And a touchback. The quarterback is coming to the line, hoping to avoid being sacked for a third time.
1st and 10.
Looking at every option. Getting sacked.
Loss of 2.
Well, that's a sign of a good defense. When you can sack the quarterback, when you're just rushing the defensive lineman, you don't need any tricks, you don't need any blitzes. Man, that's talent.
Quarters formation here for the defense. Out of the shotgun formation. Looks to his left. Off the mark here as this throw heads out of bounds.
The defense has really done a good job here in this drive. They got this offense in a 3rd and long situation. Let's see if they can convert it.
Third down. From the shotgun. Looking for an open receiver on the right. They pick up the first down with that reception.
A lot of teams play this 3 deep defense, cover 3, because they want to make the quarterback throw the football towards the sidelines and down the field to get those completions. Good job by the QB that time.
1st and 10.
Trying to find an open man, and he's forced to the ground.
A lot of time for the quarterback to throw the football that time. The offensive line did their job, but nobody is open. Look at these receivers. They are covered all over the field.
He's setting up here. He's been sacked 4 times already. What a beating it has been for the quarterback.
Needs to get rid of it.
Aaron Rodgers way down the field. Almost intercepted.
In these type of situations, when you're losing the game, it's 3rd and long. Don't try to be a hero, because when you try to be a hero, it's going to lead to a turnover. Then you really will be in trouble.
Third down following the incompletion. They send the tight end in motion.
Aaron Rodgers going to take it from the shotgun.
Has it right on the sideline, inbounds.
I like this. Show some patience. Don't try to get it all in one play. Pick up first downs and try to go down the field and score.
That was a big gainer. Now it's time to back it up.
Rodgers from the shotgun.
Trying to work that left side. An incompletion right there, but it really should have been an interception. Offense lines up here. Tight ends in motion here.
2nd and 10.
Aaron Rodgers way down the field. What a catch. That touchdown and drawing close.
When you're behind in the football game, drive down and score. They did that. Now the next time when they get back out there, they got to do it again. Show some patience and drive it down the field.
Lining up now for the 2. How much does this sting? They get the touchdown, but Phil, they fail to get the 2.
Well, Jim, I think it takes a lot away from the football team. It was a terrible decision. Now we'll find out if that 1 point comes back to haunt them.
Mason Crosby ready to kick.
Well, a lot of good things happened on both sides of football this time. How about that return by the return team? Good job, good blocking. Look at the speed of that guy running. They get the tackle from behind. They stop the touchdown.
They bring in the extra tight end. 1st and 10. Browns got it on the handoff. They deck him in the backfield.
Now the play is there to be made, but the offensive player doesn't get it done. Bad job on 1st down.
Foles takes a look now from under center. 2nd and 14. And Jennings handed the football.
When you're an offensive lineman and you can line up and just run the football straight ahead and pick up those kind of yards, you are going to get into the head of the defense. You're basically saying, we're tougher than you are, and we're just going to come right at you.
Leading and with possession of the football, a good place to be at this point in the game. And not until they pick up good yardage as he brought down.
The defense has got to be a little aggressive here. Your team is down. You've got to attack this offense. You don't want them to get in there and get another score.
The defense needs a big stop here in order to give the offense a chance as we're running low on time in this one. 1st and 10. Jones has got it on the toss. Eagles in for the score. The Eagles for the extra point. Counted. The Eagles will bring the kicking team out. Of course, special teams, a big reason why they just had that touchdown drive. The huge kick return put them in a great starting field position. That's a touchback, and the ball will be spotted at the 20. He's setting up here. He's been sacked 4 times already. What a beating it has been for the quarterback. Connor Barwin makes the tackle. We reach the 2-minute warning.
2 on the play.
Dorsey's going to get set in the slot for this snap. Aaron Rodgers going to take it from the shotgun. Challenging the defenders to the right side. Plenty of defensive backs out on the field for this one. Underneath, he had no time to get set. He He's setting up here. He's been sacked 4 times already. What a beating it has been for the quarterback. From the eye, they give it to the deep back. Kenny Phillips brings him down.
I think the coach took a little risk that time going for it on 4th and short. 4th and short in the NFL has turned into one tough proposition, but a good job that time getting it.
The Eagles are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. Johnson's lined up in the slot. Rodgers from the shotgun. Looking to the right side and throwing. Holds him to 7. He's setting up here. He's been sacked 4 times already. What a beating it has been for the quarterback. Caught it, but his feet are out of bounds.
Terrible throw by the quarterback. Terrible route by the wide receiver. Oh, wow, what a shock. The football was incomplete.
Jones lined up now as a slot receiver. Aaron Rodgers going to take it from the shotgun. He's looking to the right here on this throw. First and 10. Throwing now to his left. And incomplete. The Eagles use another timeout here, and they have 1 left. Play after play after play here on this drive. Rodgers from the shotgun. Looking for a receiver on the left side here. And almost picked off. This will be the 11th play of the drive. The formation here, shotgun. Stands in the pocket. And it's intercepted, which should all but wrap up this game. Good piece of tackling.
That was an awesome job by the defense. They just read the quarterback's eyes. They got in position, and they made the interception.
Now on first down, takes the knee. The Packers are going to burn the first of their 3 timeouts right here. Following that timeout, defense back out on the field. An extra tight end on the field for this one. 2nd and 12. Jones, the ball carrier, out of the eye. Defense now signaling for a timeout. After that defensive timeout, we're ready for action. That last play was a run. 3rd down coming up. Inhales the pass. He'll be brought down, but not before picking up the first down. They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. Offense lines up here. That's going to do it. The clock hits 0, and this game has come to an end. Phil, before we go, how about a little chat about how much this win means?
Well, you know, Jim, let's look at it this way. It was just a nice win. It keeps your confidence up, and it just gives you a little energy to go out next week and try to accomplish it again. Jim, when we look back at today's game, all the wonderful plays we saw by these great athletes on the field, to me, the play of the game is made by the running back. He just took a simple play, made a few people miss, showed that power and speed, and picked up big yards.
For Phil Simms and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim Nantz saying so long for now.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.